Hey folks, welcome to World Sports. We'll get rolling here in just a minute after make sure the stream is coming through all right. Hope you all are having a great Sunday, great weekend of watching playoff football if that's your kind of thing. Right, looking good on YouTube. Do feel free to interact in the chat. See if Facebook's coming through all right. Been pondering ways to make the broadcast more engaging in 2023. I know I'm like a few weeks late on New Year's resolutions, but I might be shifting toward single platform broadcasts like just on YouTube so we can all use the same chat, make giveaways a little more seamless, and so be on the lookout for some more interactive components in future broadcasts. At least that's on my I want to make it happen list. All right, looking good on YouTube and Facebook, so we'll get rolling here. What's up, Matthew? Thanks for chiming in on the chat. We've got two agenda items for the evening. Agenda item number one, we've got a pre-war mixer break, 115 spots. We started out with a 5-spot limit and removed that when we had, I think it was around 30 spots left or so. So we could finish that out. Then we've got 20 live rips of the 1970s repack product that I've put together, so those should be good fun as well. We will need a little bit of participation in the chat just so we can get our number of randoms here in a moment. I'll do a quick rundown of how we do things. So for our mixer breaks, the checklist is set in the broadcast itself. So not the key card section. You can see those have got the break numbers here on the left, but down here, break number, so that it tells you which number on the checklist each card is. So all the way down through there. So 115 cards. So 115 spots in our break. Every spot gets a card. What's up, Chris? Or Christopher, excuse me if you don't go by Chris, I'm sorry. Um, so as I mentioned, checklist is set. Got 115 spots. We'll randomize the list of names. Whoever comes out of the randomizer in spot number 1 gets the E102 Bender. Whoever comes out, in spot 12 gets the Old Mill T206 Latham, and so on. Now we won't read through all 115 cards. I did pull out 25 or so that we'll look at live on the broadcast, and then I'll post up the full results sorted by participant as soon as the broadcast is over. Now, help me out. Give me some numbers in the chat between or including. Let's do 5 and 8 tonight. Between or including 5 and 8. If I can get 3 numbers in the chat, that's how many times we'll randomize. That third number is how many times we'll randomize this list. While we wait on those to roll in, looking at congrats to Hobby Kid on Twitter for winning the free spot in this one. Do get in on those free spot giveaways, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can get 3 entries, 1 in each of those places, and just 1 winner across all 3 platforms. Let's see. I think it's between or including 5 and 8. So Matthew, hit me up between or including 5 and 8. All right. Well, Tom's got our third number here, so that we'll hit it up 7 times. Appreciate it. All right, so we do use random.org's list randomizer for all our randomization purposes. Do thank y'all for participating in the chat. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel while you're in there. I'm like 2 away from 600. So that'll be cool. Get to 600 soon. All right, here we go. We're randomizing this one 7 times. So here's 1. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we got John Farstfelt on top, Barton Durham on the bottom. Paste that right next to our checklist. Probably hide the condition as we roll. I'll make sure that's visible when I paste the sorted list. Just that way we can see enough on the screen here. Here, let's do it this way. Wrap, and then I can make it even bigger. Okay. Not that big. All right, spot 1. E102, Bender, goes to John Farstfelt. You know, as you saw in the scans on this listing and the description, lots of low-grade trimmed cards, but you know, some pretty rare cards. These E102s are super tough. Pretty small checklist, pretty packed with Hall of Famers. So still a cool card, despite the missing borders on some of these. E102 Chase goes to Matt Casper. Chase for the Yankees. Eddie Collins goes to Nathan Shelton. Let's see if I can get him to zoom when I'm close up. I'm going to figure out these cameras one day. All right, there's Collins. All right, Crawford. So lots of Hall of Famers through here. Crawford going to Jeffrey Gahn. What is up, VCD? Here's T206 Baker. Home run Baker, that is. He's going to Joseph Stanton. And then Chance Portrait goes to John Farstfelt. Cubby Hall of Famer. As in Tinkers to Evers to Chance. Huey Jennings goes to David Doyle. Oh, get him on the screen here. We got a couple of Lathams. This one is here, going to David Mowat. Manning goes to John Farstfelt. Schleal. Batting goes to Thomas Lutz. Into the Piedmont backs. I guess I didn't show you Old Mill back. See a little paper loss on this one. Piedmont here, of course, T206s come with different tobacco companies' advertisements on the back. It's very in very in scarcity. Your most commons are Piedmont and Sweet Caporal, followed up by Polar Bear, Old Mill, getting progressively more difficult from there. Some of them are super tough. There's only a handful of known examples. This is Besher or Bashir, and the Piedmonts going to Edwin Pastrana. Here's the Dorner, going to Matt Casper. Gorgeous looking portrait here. Freeman goes to Mike Heffelfinger. Hudgens goes to Matthew Heidel. Mitchell, he's still here in the Piedmonts, going to Yaron. Oberlin goes to Chris Marzullo. Now I am showing some of your more decent condition T206s. There are plenty of trimmed examples through here, but these decent condition ones often can, when I say decent, I mean it's whole, it's made, got a crease, good, good-ish condition, still $40, $50 cards even for the commons, and some of them even a little more. So just because you haven't heard of the player doesn't mean it's not a good card. Right, American Caramels. Let's see. Baker here's pretty rough, but I love the caramel cards. Considerably, if you're comparing to the T206s, all your caramel cards are more scarce. Scarce isn't the right word. They're rarer. Baker goes to John Dobe. In general, I think all the caramels through here, at least the Hall of Famers, are smaller borders than they should be. Still slightly present on some of them, but still definitely trimmed cards. Bresnahan goes to Douglas Meyer, but get some really solid Hall of Fame power in here with these caramels. Here's Chase, going to Edwin Pastrana. Always enjoy this Chase portrait with the red background. Let's see, actually Jennings isn't going to be next. Or is he? Oh, he is. Jennings goes to Matthew Piscatella. Knapp. Lajoie goes to Chris. Chris getting a huge hit with the Knapp. Fantastic ball player. American Caramel E90-1. I'm it says evidence trimming here. There's also a little bit of glue, or you can tell where it was pasted in an album and removed from that lighter section, but really fantastic card. Gorgeous presentation. Yeah, I actually bought this Nap to put in my set, and then it ended up getting another one, right, a deal on a 1.5 right around the same time that I like just a little better than this one, so this one made its way into a mixer break. Good stuff. Rube. Mark Ward. For your New York Giants. Going to Alan Keyes' room, of course. Plenty of fantastic stories out there about him. What a character he was. He wouldn't change in the locker room. He would strip down on the field in front of everybody and change into his uniform. It's good stuff. Oh, not Plank next, but Mathewson going to Felderman. Uh, obviously, two small borders here, but gorgeous card. Nice little Christie to add to your collection. Again, American Caramel E90, Series 1. Or Type 1, I should say. Not Series 1, Type 1. Good stuff. A few more caramels through here. Then Eddie Plank also goes to Felderman. Double whammy hits on some legend caramel cards. Congrats, Felderman. Good stuff for you, man. What a break. Let's see, I got one more Caramel Hall of Famer going to David Mowat, and that is Tinker, shortstop for the Cubs. Right, I do have some O-Box, which pretty gorgeous cards, even though, there's not a lot of star power in the sets, but they're from the old Pacific Coast League. Um, so lots of people collect the PCL cards. They're a lot of fun. They're gorgeous. I love the color on them. I hadn't owned a whole lot of them until I got these, this big lot this past week um, that had quite a few in there. There are a few different types of O-Box, like as far as I don't know if I call them series or types, but Beal here, he's an Old English back. That one's going to Yaren. And so they've got these, fancy old school font, old school typeface. And I'll show you the backs of another in a second. Um, Agnew, yeah, so he's a red back. That's going to Douglas Meyer. So here's what the red backs look like. See a little stamp. Looks like an elephant. But you can see the color's just, I don't know, a little contrast from what you're used to seeing on, a lot of other tobacco cards from the era. I just like the way it pops. You can see, this is Los Angeles from PCL. Let's see, Agnew was also Los Angeles. Beal was Los Angeles. Like we got Tacoma in here. Here's Vancouver. Oh, I need to see who these are. Aiken was Roy Ledbetter. Forgot we were doing a break here. Brinker goes to John Farstfelt. There's Vancouver. Casey, he's from Portland. He's pretty nice shape. Goes to Angelo. I like that one, kind of pastel looking. Brown is also Vancouver. Now he's series of 175. So here I'll show you kind of the three backs together. So here's series of 175. There's also a series of 150 that looks like this, but says, let me get the focus here. See 175 subjects. There's a version that has 150 subjects. So got 175s. We got the red backs. We got the Old English. So little variations there in your T212s. All right. Jansing, he's from Tacoma. Going to Nathan Shelton. You know, I'm a sucker for a good background. And then we got a few tobacco or T205s here as well. Of course, one of our big hits is T205. So let's see, here's the wrap of the T212s. So we got McGraw here. So McGraw goes to David Mowat. We got Tinker, goes to Mike Heffelfinger of the aforementioned Tinker to Evers to Chance. And then Mr. Ty Cobb, T205, SGC1, goes to Mike Glasser. Congrats there on that big hit, Mike. Adding a Ty Cobb to the collection is always a good thing. Then one Zenut in here. It's from 1921. Hobby Kid, getting that free spot in for the Prow. So Zenuts are also PCL. Um, kind of a blank slate type background. I love the way the Zenuts look. So some of them have coupons here, so this one's clipped off, but it's also trimmed. Should be a little larger than that. But adding a 1921 card to your collection there, Hobby Kid. And then wrapping it up with Lee Meadows, a strip card, a W515 Type 1, going to Barton Durham. Nice shape on that one. So that does it for the pre-war mixer. Again, if you just tuned in, we gave we'll put the sorted list up as soon as the broadcast is over, because I'm sure you missed some of those. Then we'll transition into our 70s repack break here, and that'll be it for tonight. If you are curious, you know, if you don't have 70s repacks and got something to do, you might drop off. But if you're curious, break this coming Friday is going to be 54 Bowman baseball. Still trying to decide. I'm going to throw in another either a football or a basketball vintage set to go along with it. So we'll see. We'll see. And don't forget, we also have 15 spots left in the 96 Metal Universe baseball hobby box. You know, I know some people are worried about those sticking together. I promise you, if we crack that thing and every card in there's ruined, I'll refund you. Okay, so don't worry about that. It'll just be fun to open some uh, 90s boxes that you don't see every day at this point get opened. So be good fun. All right. Let's see. I'm going to adjust the screen just a touch. Let's see. We got our live rips here. So we'll do it like we did last week. If you weren't here, you know, I've got um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, or three columns, 6 high, and then I got 2 down front. So we got 20 boxes or packs to rip of this. Let me know, you know, reference by column, and you can, I'll write your initials on the end of it, and we'll go from there. That way you can just go ahead and claim which ones you want. That way I don't have to wait when it gets to your turn. You know, if you care which ones, or if you just want me to pick, I'll pick from what's left. Um, But yeah, so it looks like we got Edwin, John, Keith, Rocky, Paul, Jason, Joseph, Gregory, Keith again, Christopher, Dana, Rocky. We did start out with a 2 limit on these and then open that up once they hadn't sold out. So got a few people with more of those today, which is totally fine. Should be good fun. Just want to put those limits just to make sure people get a shot if they want a shot, but once they kind of sit, I don't mind removing those. All right. So if you're in the chat, and you care which ones you get, go ahead and let me know. And while I'm swapping my view over, and then make sure we've still got the chat here. In theory. Yeah, there we go. Right, but nobody's speaking up, and so I've got Edwin up first here. So if nobody speaks up, then I'm just gonna hop in. All right. Then I'm gonna go, let's see, we'll go top left and yeah, we'll just go top left, top right. See how that works out for Edwin. Just shorten the stacks here. Up first. And just in case I've got multiple people of the same name, I don't think I do today. Yeah, so that shouldn't be a problem. But I'll go ahead and read order numbers just in case. So this is 17229, 17229. So got box 186 and 334. All right. And you can get in on these box breaks if you want them shipped to your house. Happy to do that. I think I've got right around 400 left. Pedro, Clay Carroll, Cal Kuntz, Vern Fuller. Got 71, Steve Carlton. All-time greats, Honus Wagner. Not too bad there, Edwin. And then next box. Kingman. Hirschberger. Catfish Hunter. We got Bill Voss. That's high number at 776. Right. Got Rocky Peterson up next. Oh, sorry. No, that's not true. Sorry, Rocky. I looked at the next packing slip in front of me, but that's out of order. I got John Dobe up next. John Dobe. This is order number 17213. Got 2 packs. So we'll go off the top there and then go top right. I'm just going to work my way down the stack unless somebody says otherwise. Right, so that gives us 515 and 106. Oh, that's a good one. Got something else underneath all those packing peanuts. McNally, Grubb, Fuentes, Wayne Garrett. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Great. 11 plus 1 is 12. And if you are just tuning in on these, 12 cards per pack, 1 guaranteed Hall of Famer. And here is a handy dandy rookie card. We got Paul Molitor, Alan Trammell, PSA 6. Very nice example right there. So congrats on that one, John. Get a few of those out of there. Since I've got to add another to it here. Right, here's 106. But all told, 600 packs of these. I took 10 complete sets, one from every year of the 70s. Added in a few hundred extra stars, just so I can get 1 star per pack, or 1 Hall of Famer per pack. And then it's a little over 100 of those are graded, so graded cards fall a little less than 1 every 6. Greg Minton. On top, Dave May. Bruce Miller, 75 Giants team. Cruz. Tigers rookie stars. Tom Seaver. And Felix Milan. So, yeah, that's all star. So, Seaver's 76 there. Right. Then up next, we've got Keith. Keith, I've got 2 for you now and 2 for you later. So your 2 now will be here. So here is pack 90, pack 468. Just bit my tongue. All right. Gorman Thomas, Angels team. Fred Norman, Reds rookie stars. We got the Phillies team. Luis Alvarado, and Catfish Hunter. So that means Alvarado is a high number, 774. Right, and then we've got 448 next. Guard. Tony Armas. Padres team, 75. Ken Boswell in action. Abernathy. Here we got Fergie Jenkins, 70. And all-time record holder, Cy Young, Jack Chesbro. I don't think anybody's ever going to get to 511 wins. I think L-size record is safe. All right, let's see what we got next. Rocky Peterson, I got one for you here. So we'll just go top left, keep on rolling. Oh, I didn't show you. That's 388. Joe Coleman. Brown, Arnold, Oscar Gamble, 71, Jim Hart, Carl Yastrzemski, followed up with a Jim Rooker. Hey, he's a high number. So we got 76 he has. Yep. And Rooker high number. It's very nice. All right. We got Paul Ganem up next. Again, if you're in the broadcast, in the chat, and you care which one you get, feel free to reference my column and I'll pick it out for you. But otherwise, I'm just rolling from the top down. So, Paul, let me find your packing slip here. There it is. This is order number 17203. Go, that is spot pack number 26. All right, got Rodney Scott, Markell, Rob Sparing, House, Sosa, Sizemore, on board. Hey, there's a nice little checklist for 71, third series. Phil Regan. We got Billy Williams, followed up by Joe Torre. Right, then looks like we got Jason up next. Order number 17197. it open. Musas, Warner, Fredlin, Dave Concepcion, Bill Sharp, Elrod Hendricks, Bob Christian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which should mean dun, da, da, da. Oh, very nice. Nice hit there for you, Jason. That is a PSA 8, 75 Ryan Fans 300. Very nice example. Nice high grade Nolan Ryan to add to your collection, Jason. Good stuff. Card number 5 in the set. Right. Joseph Cerullo is up next. All right, we'll do that one, this one. All right, Joseph, we got number 12, and we've got 134, but it won't focus for you. Seriously. There we go. 134 and 12. We'll do 12 first. Oh, Luis Aparicio in action, sitting on top. Usually put those on bottom, so I did not this time. Herzog, Curtis, Bibby, Cookie Rojas. Got Twins team card in 73. Rinko, Leone, and McGraw, which means, yep, you got another one in here. And boom, there's a pretty one. SGC 6, Thurman Munson, of course, not a Hall of Famer, which is why there was the Aparicio, but gorgeous graded Thurman Munson card. Second year, but it is a classic. SGC 6 on that Munson. Congrats on that hit, Joseph. That's a pretty one. Right. Here's your second one, Joseph, 134. Eduardo Rodriguez, Dobson, Hall, Gar, Hibner, Voss. There's George Brett. Followed up with one of the MVP, one from the MVP series in 75 with Yaz and Cepeda on it. Brett there is a 77, so nice little pack. up next we've got, what have we got? Gregory McDougall. Order number 17185. 2 spots, or sorry, 1 spot here on Gregory. All right, so we'll go next. That is 71. Mickey Rivers. Wise. Earl Weaver. Manager, 73. Jim Nash. Wilson. Juan Marichal. The all traded set, 74. And then 70, we got Ted Kubiak. That is a high number, 688. All right, then up next, we've got Keith again, or 2 more. All right, so let's say again, just working down my stacks here. Oh, sorry, hit the camera. We got Keith and the next 2. So here is 18 and 467. 18 first. Barrios, McCarver, Walt Williams. I do like pitchers in stride on a card. Horizontal. Makes it even better for me. Ken Sanders, Joe Pepitone in action. Red Sox rookies, 71. Bob Watson. Yogi Berra. And Juan Marichal. So, double whammy on the Hall of Famers in that pack. Then we got 467. Dave Rader. World Series. Tennis. Johnson, Foley, Maury Wills in action. Savage, Nolan Ryan. Followed up with a 75 World Series Game 4 card. Ryan is 77. Good stuff. Right. And next up, Christopher Gangi. Kengi. Christopher, I'm sorry. I can't get your name right. Thinking too much about it now. All right. These off to the side here. All right, three for Christopher. Right, so that means we'll go 1, 2, 3. Right, so we got 105 up first. Alexander, Simons, McBride. Well, there's Lou Brock and Jim Slatton. That's high number, 72. Brock there is 76. Also, folks, if you're interested in buying in on these 70s repacks, I'm just doing 20 here and there on broadcast to open live, but you're welcome to have more shipped to you. This puts us up to 60 we've opened live, but I've sold almost 200 of them, so I'll ship them to you as well. 290 is next one. Still Christopher here. Bobby Valentine. Double Bobby Valentines. There you go. Murphy, Lemons, George Foster, Billy Martin, Bobby Mercer. There's Steve Carlton. And 75 MVP with McCovey and Killebrew. And that's commemorative of 1969. Carlton there, 76. If you are tuning in late on this, we did already do the pre-war mixer. Those full results will be posted within about 10 minutes of the broadcast being over. Right, and Christopher's last box here, 378. Phillies team, Buck Martinez, Ken Forsch. I do love a lot of the photography in 73. Just does it for me. I don't know. Just does it. Sonny Siebert, Casco, Tommy John, then Johnny Bench. Followed up with Julian Javier. He's a high number. 745. All right. Then we've got Dana Canterbury up next. All right, so do this one and then to the left. So that is 160 and 68. Sadek, Cardi, Austin, Brinkman, got 72 Cardinals rookie stars. Nolan Ryan, and Boyhood Photos, Lou Piniella. 74 Ryan. Pack 68, Dana second. Bo Diaz. Garcia. Orioles team. Epstein. Wharton. Tom Seaver. Followed up with Jackie Hernandez. That's high number, 686. And Seaver is 78. All right, last but certainly not least, one spot, one pack, Rocky Peterson, pack number 83. 83. This is order 17204. Bombo. Scarce. We got White Sox rookie stars, Singer, Hickman, Joe Morgan. Followed up by Jim McAndrew. 781. High number there in 72. All right. Well, that does it for tonight's broadcast. Appreciate all you tuning in. Have a nice 54 Bowman break coming up on Friday. It'll go on sale on Friday. Then look for an accompanying football or basketball vintage set. Haven't decided which. And I owe a modern mixer break to those of you who bought into this one. So you'll get first dibs on it. For those of you who bought into the pre-war break, if we had sold that one out faster, I would have put it up for sale this weekend, but alas, we didn't. So I'll put that up this week and you'll get first dibs at that as promised. But appreciate each and every one of you again. Hit that subscribe button while you're here. Hope we hit 600 this week. I think it was at 598 when we started here. So appreciate each and every one of you for participating, buying into the breaks, and we'll have some more good ones coming up and couple more mail day videos, graded card reveals, and so forth coming your way as well. So stay tuned to the channel. But this is Burl. Hope you have a great rest of your Sunday, Great start to the last full week in January.